When I lead people through forgiveness, there's a very common response that I get in almost every single session. And it's, oh, I always thought that I already forgave that person, but now it feels different. It feels like it actually has taken place now. Forgiveness is a biblical truth, and it brings a lot of freedom and restoration. But when it's in a form of, I forgive everyone for everything they've done, it's like you're bypassing the route where you recognize the pain, where you recognize the actual incident and or event, whatever happened, and you're just forgiving that person for everything. Just by experience, it just usually doesn't work well. Well, if you're in a state where you've done it, you forgive everyone for everything they've done, but you're still feeling that pain, that memory still comes up, and you're still feeling like that symptom is still there. It's literally affecting your daily decision making, your emotional world, your spiritual world. You know that it's still there. Well, that's probably because you bypass that route of recognizing the actual pain. So how do we do it? Well, the way we do it is I choose to forgive this person for rejecting me that day. I choose to forgive this person for cheating on me. I choose to forgive you for treating me bad. I choose to forgive you for abandoning the family. I choose to forgive you for really not taking care of the kids. Whatever. There's a bunch of different stuff. When I lead people through forgiveness, there's a lot of different stuff that is coming up. So by being specific, you're recognizing the reality of the pain that you're going through and knowing that you're releasing that specific impact from yourself. The fact that you're doing this is actually bringing a lot of freedom. Some people will go, well, is it not mean or rude? Because when I say these things, I feel like it's mean or rude, or I feel like I'm kind of judging or punishing this person. It doesn't feel like Jesus. But here's the thing. Forgiveness is not about the other person. You're not sitting that person on a judgment seat or a punishment seat. You're not doing that. You're just acknowledging the fact that that person is imperfect, like every single human being on the planet, and that imperfection is manifesting sometimes in a way that is hurting people, that is hurting each other. It's just the way it manifests. And you are one of the people who got hurt by someone's imperfection, and you're recognizing that fact and you're releasing that pain, you're releasing that impact from your heart. You're releasing that impact of other person's imperfection from yourself, from your heart. And basically, you're letting yourself free. You're letting yourself out of the situation. I remember my very first Sozo session years ago. The counselor was leading me through these forgiveness prayers, and I was forgiving someone. And I was in the same boat. I literally felt like until that day I forgave that person, and I actually thought about it. I thought about forgiveness. I shared a testimony. I forgave that person, whatever, da 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 da. And this person was leading me through those prayers, and he goes like, Jesus, I choose to forgive this person for not loving me well. So I opened my eyes and I said, I don't think that I'll say this. And he goes, why? Well, I know that that person didn't know better. They didn't know how to do better. And they just did their best. They tried to love me, but it was just, I acknowledge the fact that it wasn't perfect. And he goes, well, you're looking at forgiveness from a wrong perspective. And I said, why? Okay, tell me, how did you feel when this person treated you this way? I said, well, thinking about those memories, right? I was younger. And I go like, well, they made me feel very scared. I thought they were going to kill me, or I was really scared. I felt alone. I felt abandoned. And he goes, why? He goes, well, this is why you have to forgive this person specifically for this. Knowing the fact that that person didn't know any better doesn't change the fact that you had needs, and they weren't met. And you get to forgive this person for these specific things. It doesn't mean that you're judging or punishing this person. You're just releasing that impact of their imperfection from your heart. It kind of impacted me when he said that, and I was able to follow his instructions, kind of repeat after me prayers, and it was me actually that felt the same way, that the forgiveness has taken place that day, despite I've been telling everyone I forgave that person, I forgave this person. It just felt different. So my encouragement to you today is, when you acknowledge those pain moments, those incidents, it doesn't have to do anything with the other person. They don't maybe even know that you're going through this pain. It's about you. You're just releasing, you're just freeing yourself. And talking about relationships, because people also go, well, when I say these things, it feels like mean or rude, and they are afraid that the relationship is going to be worse with that person. Well, I can guarantee, just by experience, that when you actually forgive that person, because there's going to be restoration, you are going to want to have a better relationship with that person, and it's going to be easier for you to be humble. It's going to be easier for you to acknowledging the fact that you also have imperfections and maybe you hurt them as well. Well, this is going to be bringing a lot of freedom. Well, I'd like to encourage you on this. Maybe in your quiet time, you can ask Jesus if there's someone that you haven't forgiven fully yet. You haven't acknowledged the pain and the fact, and maybe ask Jesus to walk you through that forgiveness. You can pray it out. Jesus, I forgive this person for doing this to me. Well, thanks for watching.